orange. Hi, I'm Sean Ballon, and I thought I'd do a quick video follow-up for what I was trying to explain I would do when you have a resisting subject who's on their back and doesn't want to get to their stomach to proceed with the handcuffing. Lying on the back. So a little bit about myself. Retired police, university police, and I worked 20 years in the field on the university, but primarily adjacent to campus, a lot of homeless, drunks, etc. in this commercial district. I've been doing jiu-jitsu for 20 years, so I'm a 20-year purple belt, off and on for 20 years under one of the Gracies. So yeah, that's it. I'll go ahead and show you what I would try and do with that subject in this post. With me today is my lovely assistant and resistive suspect, Marianne. Go ahead and lie down on your back there, Marianne. Ready? Okay. Okay, so we have a suspect here who is non-compliant. I'm trying to turn them onto their stomach. They're big, they're resisting. So what I want to do is get a crossface. Well, the term crossface, which I use, is actually a term that's in our defensive tactics curriculum. So as much as possible, you like to move from, a trained term or approved term to approved term in your report writing. So crossface for us was one of them. And it's a good way to distract or dissuade the person. So basically, a crossface or a reverse crossface, whatever the orientation, is when you reach and you kind of bend the person's head as you reach past it. So what I want to do is get a gift wrapped. And so a gift wrap is when you reach behind the person's head and secure the wrist. Someone's fighting with me, they're doing this. I usually base out and get the crossface right here, or reverse crossface as I refer to it. At some point, you can usually, if you have a tactile feel there, you can feel the elbow, or they'll bring their hand up and help you, at which time pass it off to here. Now you can come back behind that elbow if necessary, but at some point you're going to get up and pull that person's wrist kind of behind where their head was, and they're going to be in the stomach position. Marianne, can you move back over here now? Oh, I see, yeah. So they're going to be in this position. Marianne's kind of up high, but a lot of times people are really flattened down. So I like to still keep the weight on them, but you're kind of getting the picture. I now have them on their stomach. I like to kind of re-grab the crossface, so I'm still keeping a little bend in their neck and keep the weight on them. Maybe they get a little clausto, I don't know, but they don't like it, which makes them at some point more compliant. I try to get their arm out. A lot of times you just get a chicken wing out on the near side. So what I like to do, if that's all I can get out, I bring this right knee up, and you put that knee right on that upper arm. And that literally, because there's only one joint between them and their upper body, which is the shoulder, they're literally pinned. And they just really can't go anywhere. They can't access any weapons they might have in their waistband and deploy them towards you. So now you can continue to give verbal commands, put your hands behind your back. You can reassess, use your radio, etc. as you endeavor to get both hands behind the back. One more time, as soon as I get this camera set up. Hopefully the thing doesn't fall. Resisting suspect, can't get them onto their stomach. I'm going to get into a low side ride position. I'm going to reach behind their head in a crossface or reverse crossface. And I really don't ever have too much problem getting this over. It's almost like they want to give it to you. Pass it off. Come up. Spin them to their stomach. Now, come over here. Rear end's kind of high off the ground. A lot of times people are flat. Either way, you're trying to, I like to reattain crossface here to keep that sort of distraction, a pressure on them. And as you're trying to get this out, sometimes it'll chicken wing it, or sometimes it come out and you'll be struggling. I just like to slide this knee onto it. Over here, putting the pressure on. Come up. Now you have a lot of time usually. You can reassess, as I said, etc., etc. Marianne, go ahead and try to move around. Yeah, she's in pain. Anyways.
Sorry.
Hope that was a little bit of a good explanation of the tactics I used.